So as both Africa and the European Union enter a new phase in their respective transitions, on the one hand with Africa's Nairobi Declaration, on the other hand with the European Union that enters into a new phase of its Green Deal, the question really is that of understanding how both of these regions can actually talk to one another more effectively, listen to one another, and perhaps try and develop plans to jointly address their transition challenges. This is why this Nexus25 event has brought here to Rome participants from the European Commission, the European External Action Service, the African Union, as well as more broadly international organizations, food-based organizations here in Rome, as well as think tanks and academics from both Africa and Europe to really try and nail down how this conversation can become more productive and effective moving forward.
The green transition is a big opportunity for Africa. Africa has huge potential for renewable energy and clean hydrogen, critical raw materials, incredible nature and biodiversity, and a young workforce. But Africa also needs long-term vision, good policies, and massive investment to make the transition happen. The European Union can be a partner for all this. European Union climate finance can be a catalyst for private investment, and we can share our policy and technical expertise. Together, we can build a green transition that creates opportunities for people on both our continents.
Where crises are usually local, but the solutions have to come from the ground. And to get the right solutions, you have to put the people at the center of whatever thinking and whatever processes you're trying to build, whether it's international, regional, or locally. But because we operate in a multilateral world, it's important that as you craft development solutions to crises at local levels, that intergovernmental organizations, sub-regional organizations are brought into play to help open the doors for how we reach out to community-led solutions. Because multilateralism alone and international politics alone cannot provide solutions to all the local and domestic problems and crises that we have. In the Sahel, for example, we must bring back the people of the region to help us profile solutions to those crises that have now become endemic to their way of life, whether it's climate, whether it's politically generated, whether it's mutations of different pandemics. We need to find local solutions to most of these crises. But you need an international coalition of good partnerships to help push these solutions at the local level, to help push these solutions to become the reality of the people that live these crises in these complex times.
After a day of conversations with friends and partners from Europe, Africa, and the United States here in Rome, we are confident that we have contributed a small step towards enhancing and intensifying all-important conversations about so-called nexus issues, complex crisis scenarios. Just to give you one example, the war in Ukraine happening in Europe has impacted food security in Eastern and Northern Africa in dramatic ways. But there are also a number of other issues that have been discussed here at the conference, ranging from climate migration all the way to energy. We need to make even greater efforts, undertake greater efforts to enhance the cooperation between Europe and Africa. It's an all-important relationship for the 21st century, and it needs to be understood, analyzed, and moved forward in its complexity.